of their kill power, I would say, than Luigi and Sheik. I'm thinking we will see it demonstrated quite effectively here as we get into this set, but Sheik is a character who can build damage so very, very quickly. Those little hits, the needles just chipping away at you, and then it's the kill that Sheik struggles to find. Luigi is not that. Luigi is the perhaps exact opposite. Gets in once, gets you to like 60% and lands that up B, and Luugi, we know, is so effective at landing that 0 to death focus miss.
I think Mr.R knows that too. He's got the grab. Can he kill?
Oh, not
he
quite.
was so close to killing there.
Just a hair off the super jump punch. Not quite super enough to unseat Sheik, but the strength of Luugi as a player, I think, beyond the efficiency with the 0 to death, is the adaptation, the knowledge of the character, the fact that Luugi goes for the 0 to death, doesn't quite get it, but then adapts the route so effectively to then just get 90 anyway. It's insane. Wants an up smash to finish things off, and Mr.R is throwing out, ooh, a lovely bouncing fish off of the forward aerial there. Luugi still hunting for that quick kill, which Luigi can get once the cyclone, but instead Sheik's the one going spinning, hitting the F smash here, and the up tilt into the drag down. Ooh, a lovely up tilt. You gotta think the up smash was what was wanted, but things are very even, and off goes Luugi. A big use of Sheik's side B, which, let's be honest, is not the most popular move in the world, but used so effectively there to seal that first stock.
He is a Sheik master hoppunks. He will find those opportunities to throw out every move in Sheik's arsenal, but it's very scary for our friend Ramen. Does manage to avoid the cyclone and get a bit of chip damage as a little reward, but he should surely die here. And now it becomes very scary. I saw how Mr.R was playing the game before. I can see the game plan, trying to mitigate what Luugi can do when he gets a hit. It's like holding onto the corner, so if he gets grabbed here, he won't die.
Yeah.
I think that's the name again. Going to the platforms and then finding these surprising, these very surprising windows to get a hit in. So unexpected, and it's something that Mr.R will need in order to survive for a long time against Luugi. You can see he respects, he understands, he fears this little green man.
And who wouldn't, to be honest, when Luugi is sat there dealing these big hits. But one thing Mr.R is doing so very well here, as you say, is taking those moments, using the Sheik forward air there, and we saw it a little bit earlier, just to, it's a bit of damage, but it just backs Luigi straight off because Sheik is so quick. Luugi is at a high percent here, getting a double up air into a back air conversion there to make sure percent is going to pile on Mr.R, but crucially, Mr.R is playing such a good avoidance game, but Luugi is ready there to adapt, going for up air after up air and wisely retreating away there, but keeping Mr.R in the corner. You're not going to get 0 death, but a parry is going to be necessary to get out the corner. A back air from Sheik, predicting a low recovery, and Luugi's actually SD'd.
That's uncharacteristic, but I think it's just the pressure that Mr.R is exerting. He's making it so hard to actually get these juicy hits that Luugi so easily gets against every single other player. And so when Luugi finally finds an opening, he tries to go crazy, tries to get everything he can, but it's not necessarily enough. Mr.R has started this game off really well, and he's played sort of anti-Luigi. I'm very impressed with what I'm seeing so far, but Luugi is so used to this. He's been in these situations before, and he can play that patient game if he so needs to, and he can find those panic options. Sometimes it's the bouncing fish in the corner that Luugi's ready to back air. Sometimes it's the roll to the stage that Luugi's just already scouted before you can consider doing it.
Absolutely. Actually, lovely kill there coming off the dash in, reverse up smash, and here we go. Platform is the destination. Not getting any sort of grab or 0 death set up here, but Luugi is just waiting for that one moment. No call out on the Sheik down air, and here we go. Mr.R using the net. Oh, you would think wanted an offstage situation to develop there, but instead it's forward air after forward air, scratching away, clawing to keep a hold of this lead. You're out of 0 death range, but you are not out of Luugi's sights here. Let's see what happens. A lovely back air again. Wants a platform set, but doesn't quite manage it at the moment. Anything Luugi does is going to start to equalize the percentages, and Mr.R is happy as a clam to stay as far away as possible.
He's playing this so well until he wasn't. That was so unbelievably risky, and I cannot believe he went for that. He nearly died for it if that up B connected. And it's very interesting watching Mr.R here, because he's playing this matchup so well, and then he commits, and then he dies. He was outplaying he's outplaying. He's playing like Mr.R for 90% of it, and then he becomes Mr.
Mr. L at the
Mr. L,
moment
Mr. L.
after that big up B from Luigi there. As we say, Mr.R playing so well around the options that Luigi has until he didn't. As we say, a couple of risky options right at the tail end of that match, which ultimately led Luugi to find the up B opportunity. But there was another one presented just before it as well. Mr.R is gonna have to, especially when playing Sheik in this nickel and dime character who scratches and claws to keep a hold and create lead, is gonna have to make sure you're using those fast, safer options to make sure you're continuing to play as well as you are. Lovely back air, creating offstage situation, wants to extend, but doesn't quite get it until he does, of course, using the forward tilts and forward aerials to create a lovely situation, wants the ledge trump, but goes a little bit too far focus miss.
I'm not. It's not just me seeing this, right? He's playing like a god, and then he plays like Jimmy the Sheik. It goes 1-2.
Yeah, goes from Mr.R for Mr. Viridian, and we're seeing it here, just bouncing around. Wanting to stay away. There's a near death. But there we go. Here we are, getting the Luigi Classic. Wants to finish things. Gets a few lovely bits of percent there. Doesn't quite find it until Mr.R says goodbye. The down air was a risky option last game, but they're used to incredible effect to make sure that that stock is sealed out in an instant. Brilliant work there.
There we go. That's what I need to see. And he's playing this matchup very well. He's playing very disciplined. Until he's not! Why does this keep happening?
Back and forth and back and forth. The pendulum, not just in terms of the momentum in this game, but Mr.R's play! Oh my days, that was nearly a lovely little edge guard from Luugi, who's at disadvantage, but disadvantage takes the side of Mr.R, who makes Luugi lose a stock over, of all things, a missed tech. You never think a player of Luugi's caliber is ever going to miss a tech like that, but just ready. That fast little foot coming out for the back air. And here we go, Mr.R enjoying the biggest lead he has for the entire set so far.
This is something he really needs to cherish and play as safe as possible. Don't overextend. That is the name of the game. You have all this percent to work with. You can sit back, charge your needles, apply safe pressure, and take your time. If I see Mr.R panicking in the corner and gets killed, I will not be happy.
And focus misses. Mrs. Smile has just faded after that ill-advised jump from ledge, which Luugi in an instant was ready to punish. Things are more dangerous for Mr.R than they were when Sheik was at high percent. Going low there to avoid a similar situation where Mr.R will not be able to chase. Gets the needle, but saves the jump expertly there, does Luugi, adapting so well to that initial situation that developed there before, but ready to just never let it happen again. Yeah, you got one. That's fair enough. That's the one I'm missing today. And Luugi wants just to start a combo with anything. Wants the fireball to connect, but didn't quite find it. Ooh, the wind box of the green Cyclone, proving a more devastating tool than the damage there. Pulling Mr.R straight off stage and out of advantage, causing a scramble situation, which allowed Luugi to get back to ledge.
Oh no, oh dearie me, this is getting scary for Mr.R. Can he close it out? That was so risky. If Luugi presses up B there, 47% you do die. Oh no, I'm so scared, Mr.R. Please be careful.
It is just, you called Luugi the Green Menace earlier. I think the more appropriate term is the Green Nightmare, just for how scary any situation is. Wants to chase, but Mr.R uses Sheik speed to get in, and F smash there. Things looked dicey, but never fully out of reach, even for a character who, as we said before, struggles sometimes to get that kill. But Mr.R, careful as can be, picked the moment, took the shot, and landed a huge F smash. Narrowly, though, avoiding a couple of very dicey situations involving that up B. And you know, you've got to play safe, and that, as you're saying, you've got to play as safe as houses to make sure you're getting around Luugi, and Mr.R must keep that in mind.
He's played so safe, he's getting so far away from Luugi. He's run away.
Yeah, just keep it away.
That's what I want to see from Mr.R. Disciplined play, disciplined advantage states. I want to see Mr.R do what he's doing at the end, where he's getting a hit and backing off in situations where the follow-up isn't guaranteed. Because you know Luugi, we know Luigi, we know what he likes to do in this match. He likes to press the nair button, he likes to press A. He likes to press down and B. And if you bait those two options out and you punish them, then Luugi becomes a bit worse, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Simple as it can be. Just get your hits, back off, wait for the mash, punish the mash. We need to see that. Too many times I'm seeing Mr.R get a little too carefree. Wants to go for the big flashy punish, and then he gets there with down beat.
Overextension, I think you said it before, is such a dangerous thing in this matchup. When your stock can go like that, when you can't make the opponent's stock go away like that, it is so very risky. But that discipline has come in expertly. It's come in and paid massive dividends so far, waiting for a call out on the Cyclone. Let's see if small battlefield will lead to an advantage for Mr.R or Luugi as we continue in with this set. Just a nice neutral start, but Mr.R forced straight to the ledge, ready to get straight in with a forward air into just a nice little punish with the needle and straight back out. As we say, as you said, focus, Miss Pardon moi, straight in, little punishes, little things, staying out, just picking the moment. And Sheik, because of how fast she is and her frame data, is able to get in and find those moments quite nicely. A good plunge there to force Mr.R to ledge, but the crucial thing is, while Mr.R spent a little bit of this game at ledge, it's not really led to anything. It's led to Mr.R getting straight back out, as we see disadvantage getting out of there, wants the drag down but doesn't find it, and suddenly Luugi is taking control, doesn't reverse the up B and reverse the fortunes of this first stock, going very low again just to avoid again that situation we saw last game where Mr.R was able to chase Luugi so far off stage and instead gets a platform chase with the needles into the bouncing fish focus miss.
What a play from Mr.R. He can count his lucky stars that he survived. Didn't get upbeat in with the correct hits, but he took that second lease on life and really pushed it to advantage, found that needles bouncing fish. Really good stuff. And it's very disciplined play from Mr.R here. He's happy to play the corner because it's hard for Luigi to actually punish that side B at the ledge. But one grab is all our friend Luugi needs to even things back up. Mr.R has to keep this up, has to stay as disciplined as he can. He cannot let control slip.
Percents low or high, Luugi's always looking for that one grab, that plunger, that picture-perfect plunger, trying to get it there and start something horrendous, not punishing the jab there, and that's been a little bit uncharacteristic as of the moment with Luugi. We've seen a couple of times where there's just been no punish on things that certainly could have been taken advantage of. We saw it with the jab there, we've seen it in the other games as well. Wants a big percentage lead established here, but Mr.R just using Sheik's aerials to just clank with the fireball, get around everything Luugi's trying to do. Going for the forward air, but only connects the one. Luugi, and Luigi, pardon me, is playing a little bit more like Sheik, getting those one forward airs, and then he does that. Why did I say that? Because Luugi never sleeps on the kill power.
How did he die at that percent, man? I feel like he was at like 25, he was at 40%. That's incredible stuff. What an upback. Brilliant, brilliant punish on that nair out of hit stun. There's two ways about it. You can either back off and wait, or just call out the 50 to win that. He read the nair out of hit stun instead of the downbeat, and he got the hardest punish imaginable, and he's in an advantageous position here.
Absolutely, the sweetest of sweet spots certainly is sugary at the moment. Mr.R wants more of it, goes for the forward into the bouncy fish needles, have been used for misfire! No way! There is no way on God's green earth a misfire came out at that moment after those punishes, and we talked about Luugi missing that tech earlier. Mr.R, you can't prepare for a misfire. You shouldn't be anticipating having to tech that. You are sat there waiting to punish Luigi's recovery, which can be so very limited. And then Luigi just kills you at 43% after getting the RNG. Bush! The green missile becoming a rather dangerous ballistic in that moment. And Luugi steals a game with a beautiful misfire.
I really hate to say it, but that is the most Mr.R bit of gameplay I have seen in my life. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That is the most Mr.R thing I have seen.
That is...
Only he would get misfired on to lose the game like that. After playing so well, apart from everyone, he's playing so well like the entire game. He just let's control slip twice.
Gets the advantage. Goes to push a situation and through no fault of his own, simply perishes. Luugi establishes a 2-1 lead here. Pokemon Stadium, to the traditional home of the Northeast scene, is the destination for potentially the final bout in this set. Mr.R could be looking at his final destination and winner's side. Let's see if he's able to keep that discipline, keep that composure, because let's not mince words. Let's not make things uncertain for you here. You have that lead. You are feeling good as can be, and then it gets taken away from you. That's playing on your brain. I don't care who you are. I don't care what caliber of player you are. That plays on the mind.
Absolutely does. When you can be in a completely winning position and then you get a bit of an unlucky roll of the dice and all of a sudden it's all out of control. It just keeps happening to the lad. The poor guy, man.
Control is certainly something Mr.R has been after all set, and something that has been taken away from him as Luugi looks to take the second stock. Just missing the super jump punch, getting all the right tools, and Mr.R answers a second mistake from Luugi, chasing that recovery, which was that hair higher, that little bit above where Luugi's been going, and Mr.R takes full advantage, recognizes the situation, and recognizes the moment of weakness in Luigi there. We want the jab at ledge to build some percent, but Luugi's able to get straight back to ledge and just stand there. The threatening aura of Mario's little brother is not to be trifled with.
What I need to see. Disciplined play from Mr.R. Oh, okay, yeah. He's backing off a bit more, and I'm liking that play. Using the platforms, using that B-reverse movement. Pushing advantage, waiting for the options.
Just wants a little, again, those little hits going so low. There's Luugi again. Wants potentially an up air there. You're reading Luugi to get straight off platform. I'm not so sure, but Luugi able to take advantage and get out of dodge with the green cyclone here. Wants a big hit to get him out of the corners, Mr.R, but Luugi straight there, down throw, wants the super jump punch, and I think this is the most times I've ever seen it fail to connect. Luugi is taking these opportunities, doing them so well, but there's no final hit coming out here. Mr.R establishes a ledge situation again. Here we are, Luugi just running up and wanting the grab, but it's the up air from Mr.R that takes the stock instead.
What a whiff punish. What a down tilt to beat the grab. Like that's an interaction which if it doesn't go in your favor, you are gone, you are deceased. But it's put Mr.R in an advantageous position. He's going to die here to the down B, surely.
Yeah. Oh my
brilliant
Lord.
DI. Does not get mixed up.
Straight into the corner there, an excellent DI there to survive that situation, which in any other situation would certainly have spelled peril. The up smash coming out for the first time, the second time, and Mr.R was almost off and away for the second time. They're able to get back though, avoiding the down throw, but trying to just fall out the green cyclone to steal a stock right here. Luugi wants an up smash, wants something big to take it, and there we go. The down beat is going to do it. You've swung at me. That's your fault. Get away from me.
Exactly. Please, Mr.R, do not get grabbed here. Yes, do this. Don't get grabbed, please. But for all that is holy, do not engage.
I like I just love the fact that Mr.R in that moment using the needles to back Luugi off, but then also just jumping. You're going to get clipped by Plunger at that point, but you're not going to get grabbed, and that's what Mr.R has to watch, because again, at this point, Mr.R is in more disadvantage than he's ever been, and Luugi wants to take full advantage. Lovely work there to get out of Super Punch again, but that lead that Mr.R had accrued is all but gone. Wanted a down air to set something huge up there. Luugi and Mr.R are trading blows like there's no tomorrow. The momentum of this match swinging back and forth and back and forth. Mr.R gets the forward air, no follow, just wants to make things safe as houses. No more down airs, please. Just keep things nice and neutral like you're doing now. Luugi's searching for that hit, but you're the one who's finding them, Mr.R, pushing these opportunities where Luugi's pressing the buttons and not quite getting anything off. Lovely! That could have been so horrendous, but Mr.R able to just roll straight back in. Yeah, you're off stage. Yeah, you've taken a few percent, but it's fine for now. Focus miss.
So scary. Luugi's got 2 hits in total. Brilliant. That's it. That's game 5. Brilliant stuff from Mr.R. Held his own. Another down tilt confirmed to take the stock there. Calling out the approach, not showing fear, not running away. So I know that Luugi was looking for a rollback, and then he's gonna call out of a grab or an up smash. Mr.R does not panic, stays composed, does not throw the game away, and gets the kill, forces a game 5. He's very lucky to be in that position, by the way. So remember, he got grabbed at Luigi. He got grabbed by Luigi. His SDI saved him, I think. Sheik being very slender.
Escaping the situation.
So fortunate.
Over and over again then. Mr.R is getting out of dodge and dodging devastating blows from the up be. It's the most I've ever seen it miss. Let's see if Mr.R can land one more big hit. One more. We're resetting. Different stage? Question mark. Yeah, okay.
I think Luugi doesn't really want PS2. He counterpicked SPF before.
Yeah.
Because there's a little bit less, there's not as much room for Mr.R to run away and go from side to side and do all that evasive maneuvers. It's a slightly narrow stage, and sometimes that makes a difference because we saw how that game ended. That was only one neutral win from Luugi from being GG's. And you didn't even need the extra one.
No, genuinely, and more so as well. It's one just not quite connecting the finishing hit as well. That's the key point here. If Mr.R can continue to dodge that, Luugi's going to have to keep relying on the likes of down throw, down B, which Mr.R has shown in that last game there. He can just deny, he can DI, he can get out of dodge and avoid dying. Let's see if we can have another big upset from Mr.R here, which it sounds so strange to say that because Mr.R is such a talented player, piloting a character who is so much less common but is so effective in the hands of this player. Let's see if he can bring Sheik some glory or if Luugi's going to continue the domination that we've seen over the past year. Lovely punish on the green cyclone there and just go into town. F-tilt, forward airs, back air into another forward air, and there we go. Luugi.
Oh, no jump, that's it.
No jump, that's one stop gone. Mr.R forcing Luugi so far off stage, he cannot recover. Back and forth, we have seen this set go, but this is, again, I said it previously, the biggest lead that Luugi has enjoyed Focus Miss.
The pressure must be getting to the lad now. He's a full stop down, and Mr.R is shown that he's had enough of his silly shenanigans. He's waiting for these down Bs, he's waiting for these nairs, and pushing the advantage so well, getting these edge guards on Sheik. Look at that, waiting for your frame one escape. He does not care. He's going to wait for it.
Absolutely, just backing off and punishing so effectively. Sheik being piloted expertly here. Back air into a neutral air, going for a ledge trim to get things. But there you go, Mr.R, you were playing so patient, so lovely, and then you're going down air again.
What a silly goose. Why would he do that? I am perplexed. Don't do it again! Please, Ramen!
Oh, dearie me.
Be careful!
What is going on there?
What? Oh,
and
no!
it's unfortunate as can be. Really unfortunate stuff there. Mr.R is going to take full advantage, however, wants to close things out. Luugi, a little bit of a shake of the head there. That's got to be so frustrating when already your opponent's doing such a good job. Oh. I love the stall out there, down there. Going solo and forcing himself off stage. There's Mr.R to make sure nothing else can come up. But Luugi saying, stay off stage. You dare come near me, and you're getting down edge, you're getting forward edge, you're getting hit by me. Here we are. Mr.R is in such a dangerous situation, and it's all gone to pot. Things have reversed completely, and Luugi, landing the first aerial upbeat of the game, of the set, is ready to equalize things.
This is so scary for Mr.R. He cannot afford to slip up. Same to Luugi. Mr.R has actually adapted very well in the combo game and is waiting for these panic options. Panic air dodge being punished. This is so scary still. This is not the woods. There is no jump. This is so bad for Luugi. This should be it. Fancy versus whiffed. That's crucial. That's so crucial. You nearly got grabbed.
Oh my lord, that was nearly it. Luugi's got to be more conservative with that jump. A great air dodge to get back before, but just needs a hit. And 1, 2, 3. It took the entire set, but Luugi made it work. Mr.R was there. One missed edge guard meant that Luugi was able to come back, and that is a textbook example of why you never count out Luugi. That last game was so dire and able to channel the frustration of that air dodge off stage, able to channel the fact that you are frustrated at yourself for not quite landing these confirms, and able to land not one in the air that hadn't connected up to that point, but then land a second, not out of your grab, but out of pure adaptation. A magnificent showing for both players there as Luugi finds himself in top 8 winners side after sending Mr.R up and away into the blast zone, but down into losers.